Hey everybody, Hitesh Harsh here, and let me ask you something. You ever find yourself saying yes when you really want to say no? Do you bend over backwards for everyone else but neglect your own needs? Man, I used to be like that, always trying to please everybody, be the nice guy. But you know what? It got me nowhere. In fact, it held me back in life. That's why I was blown away when I read by Dr. Robert Glover. This book, it's like a punch in the face, but in a good way. It shows you how this nice guy syndrome is actually hurting you and everyone around you. So in this video, we're diving deep into Dr. Glover's work. We're gonna break down what it really means to be a nice guy, why it's a trap, and most importantly, how to break free and start living a more authentic, fulfilling life. You don't want to miss this. Alright, so let's get right to it. What exactly are we talking about when we say nice guy? We're not just talking about someone who's polite, holds the door open, that kind of thing. We're talking about a deeper pattern of behavior. Dr. Glover, he nails it in the book. He says these nice guys, they hide their true selves, man. They're afraid to rock the boat, so they put on this facade to try and win approval and avoid conflict at all costs. They become chameleons, constantly changing their colors to please others. And I get it. We all want to be liked, right? But the problem is, these nice guys, they end up suppressing their own needs, their own desires. They become people pleasers, putting everyone else first, even if it means sacrificing their own happiness. It's like they're stuck in this endless cycle of seeking validation from others, never feeling good enough on their own. And you know what happens? They end up feeling resentful. So, we've talked about what a nice guy is, but why does this pattern of behavior keep happening? Why do so many guys fall into this trap? Well, Dr. Glover, he says it all comes down to these unspoken agreements we make, these covert contracts. It's like, deep down, the nice guy believes if I'm a good guy, if I do everything right, then people will love me, they'll accept me. They think, if I just keep everyone happy, then I'll finally get the love and validation I crave. But here's the thing, man, those are expectations, not guarantees. And when those expectations aren't met, when people don't respond the way they're supposed to, the nice guy feels betrayed. He feels like the world is against him, like he's being punished for being nice. And this is where the trap really snaps shut. Because instead of questioning those covert contracts, questioning those unrealistic expectations, the nice guy doubles down. He tries even harder to be nice, to please everyone, to fix everything. He thinks, if I just do more, be better, then maybe, just maybe, I'll finally get what I deserve. But it's a never-ending cycle, man. Because the problem isn't that he's not doing enough, it's that he's operating from a place of fear, a place of insecurity. He's trying to earn love and acceptance instead of believing that he's worthy of it just the way he is. So, how do you know if you're caught in this nice guy trap? Well, Dr. Glover lays out some key signs in the book, and let me tell you, they're eye-opening. First off, nice guys are masters at hiding their flaws. They're terrified of rejection, so they create this perfect image of themselves, this facade of being agreeable and easygoing. But nobody's perfect, and trying to be someone you're not is exhausting and ultimately unsustainable. Second, nice guys are addicted to external validation. They need constant approval from others to feel good about themselves. Alright, so we've talked about the problem, the nice guy syndrome, and why it's such a trap. Now let's get into the good stuff, the solutions. Dr. Glover, he doesn't just diagnose the problem, he gives you a roadmap for change, for breaking free from this destructive pattern. And let me tell you, this is where the real work begins, the real transformation. It's not easy to undo years of conditioning, years of people-pleasing and covert contracts. But trust me, it's worth it. One of the most important lessons in the book is to embrace your needs. Stop pretending you don't have any. Nice guys, they're so busy trying to please everyone else that they forget they have desires too. They're so afraid of rocking the boat that they settle for crumbs instead of asking for the whole damn meal. Dr. Glover, he's like, screw that. You have needs, you have desires, and you deserve to have them met. He encourages you to get clear about what you want in life, in your relationships, in your career, and then go after it. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. And speaking of uncomfortable, let's talk about boundaries. This is another huge one. Nice guys, they're notorious for having weak boundaries or no boundaries at all. They let people walk all over them because they're so afraid of conflict, of rejection. But here's the thing about boundaries. They're not selfish, they're essential. They're like the fence around your property, letting people know what you will and will not tolerate. And the more you enforce your boundaries, the more respect you'll get from others. Alright, so we've covered the key lessons but you might be thinking, okay, this is all great in theory, but what about in real life? Does this stuff actually work? And the answer is a resounding hell yes. When you start applying these principles, when you start ditching the nice guy persona and stepping into your authentic self, your whole life transforms. Let's start with relationships. When you stop being a people pleaser and start setting boundaries, your relationships become more balanced, more respectful. You attract partners who appreciate you for who you are, not who they want you to be. No more walking on eggshells, no more feeling like you have to tiptoe around someone else's needs. You can finally relax, be yourself, and enjoy the intimacy that comes from true connection. And your career? Forget about getting passed over for promotions. When you know your worth, when you're not afraid to ask for what you deserve, you command respect. You negotiate better deals, you advocate for yourself, and you attract opportunities that align with your values. We're diving deep into one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of breaking free from the nice guy syndrome, embracing your needs. This, my friends, is where the real magic happens. See, nice guys, they're so busy trying to please everyone else that they completely lose touch with what they truly want. They're so afraid of being selfish or rocking the boat that they end up neglecting their own needs entirely. But here's the thing, you deserve to get what you want in life. You deserve to experience joy, fulfillment, and deep satisfaction. And it all starts with acknowledging and honoring your needs. Think about it. What are you passionate about? What makes you feel alive? What are your dreams and aspirations? These are your needs talking, my friend. Don't silence them. Don't suppress them. Embrace them. Now I know what you might be thinking, but Joe, what if my needs disappoint people? What if they reject me for wanting more? And listen, that's a valid fear. We've all been conditioned to believe that our needs are an inconvenience, a burden to others. But here's the truth. The right people, the people who truly care about you, will want you to be happy. They'll want you to pursue your passions, to live a life that lights you up. And as for the people who try to hold you back, who guilt-trip you for wanting more, well, they're not your people. They're stuck in their own limiting beliefs, and their opinions say more about them than they do about you. Let's talk about boundaries, baby. This is where the rubber meets the road in breaking free from the nice guy syndrome. See, nice guys, they're terrified of setting boundaries. They think it's mean, selfish, or that it'll make people reject them. So they become human doormats, letting people walk all over them, saying yes when they really mean no. But here's the deal. Boundaries aren't about being mean or pushing people away. They're about protecting your energy, your time, and your emotional well-being. They're about having self-respect and demanding respect from others. Think of it like this. Your life is your own personal kingdom, and you get to decide who you let in and what you allow within your domain. Boundaries are like the walls of your castle, protecting you from invaders and unwanted influences. Now, I know setting boundaries can be scary at first. You might worry about disappointing people, starting conflict, or being perceived as difficult. But here's the thing. The right people, the people who genuinely care about you, will respect your boundaries. In fact, they'll appreciate your honesty and your willingness to stand up for yourself. And as for the people who get upset or try to guilt-trip you when you set boundaries, well, they're the ones who are benefiting from you not having any. They're the energy vampires, the emotional manipulators, the ones who were more than happy to take advantage of your niceness. So how do you actually go about setting boundaries? First, you gotta get clear about what you will and will not tolerate. What are your non-negotiables? What are your values? What are your limits? Once you have a good understanding of your boundaries, you can start communicating them clearly and assertively. And remember, setting boundaries isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about being firm, direct, and respectful. So there you have it, the lowdown on. We've covered a lot of ground, from unmasking the nice guy syndrome to embracing your needs and setting healthy boundaries. If you're tired of feeling like a doormat, of getting passed over, of sacrificing your own happiness for the sake of others, then this book is your wake-up call. It's time to ditch the nice guy act and step into your authentic, powerful self. Let me know in the comments down below if you relate to the nice guy syndrome. And more importantly, what's one boundary you're committed to setting starting today? Don't be shy, share your thoughts. And hey, while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing book summaries. Until next time.